All right, so I've made another video for sort of the basic mixing for the house. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. I'll include a link in the description below this video. In this one, I'm going to talk about how we're going to control the monitor mixes. In the first video, I said that all the inputs are really controlled on the left half of the board. The right half of the board really controls groups and group mixes and buses. Buses are like a group mix that can be routed to the main, the main speakers, but they can also have their own physical separate output. So that's what we're going to use for monitor mixes, is buses. So in order to control the monitor mixes, you have to go over here and hit bus 1 through 8. And when I do that, you'll see these three things have changed. Now we're looking at buses 1, 2, and 3. And these are actually represented on the back of the board by outputs 1, 2, and 3. So output number 1 is going to go to stage right monitor. Output number 2 is going to go to stage left monitor. That's the one over by Randy. And then bus number 3 is going to go to the camera. This is kind of a new thing with this board. We didn't give the camera its own mix with the PreSonus. On this one we will. And really the only thing for now that's going to get sent to the camera is PJ. How do we control monitor mixes? As long as bus 1 through 8 is selected and we're looking at these buses, when I move this fader, this is for stage right monitor, so the one over by Nick and Gary, really all I'm doing is reducing the overall volume for that monitor. The way to mix for those monitors is like this. So first of all, you select which monitor you want to mix for. So we'll mix for stage right, that's Nick and Gary. So we'll hit select. Next, we hit this button here that says sends on fader. When I hit this button, you're going to see all of these faders over here move. What's going on here is now when I move these faders, I'm not controlling the mix that's being sent to the house speakers. I'm controlling the mix that is being sent to the selected bus or monitor as we're using them. So I select the monitor, I select the bus that is routed to whatever monitor we want to use, hit sends on fader, and then I mix. Let's say Gary is hearing too much acoustic guitar, so I'll back the acoustic guitar down, and he needs to hear a little more drums. So I'll go over here to 9 through 16 and go to the main drum and turn it up a little bit. And then let's say they're happy. Well, then I'll turn sends on fader off and we'll go back to normal mixing. Same thing for Randy and Jim's monitor. That's this one here. I'll select it. That's bus number 2, stage left monitor. I'll hit sends on fader. And let's say Abby, in fact, Abby's going to be singing with us this Sunday. And let's say Randy wants more of her in the monitor. So I'll bump her up there. And then let's say he's happy with it. As long as this red light is flashing, any mixing you do over here is only controlling what's being sent to the selected monitor. So you got to make sure that's not flashing if you're ready to start mixing for the house again. So that is how monitor mixes are taken care of. I did say that the camera's got its own mix now. If I select it and go to sends on fader, you'll see that the camera's not getting any of the band. If I go to this next section over here, you'll see that it is getting PJ. And that's all we're sending to that monitor. Real quickly though, let me touch on something that I didn't cover in the first video. You can access PJ's volume by going to, this has nothing to do with the monitor mix. In fact, let me turn this off. You can access PJ's volume by going to inputs 9 through 16 and then adjusting the volume for channel 16. But it's easier if you're just here. This is the default setting every morning. Remember I said DCAs are like remote controls for other faders. Well, this DCA number 4 is set up to sort of remotely control input number 16. So this is the same thing as turning up and down input number 16. Anyway, so that's monitor mixes, and I will in the next video cover EQing and effects.